This is The Basement on Impact 89 FM.
And today we have the Michigan State University Gospel Choir.
If you want to be born again, say the word. If you want to be born again, say the word. If you want to be born again, say
thank you for being here with us today. My name's Griffin. This is Liv.
I'm Liv.
Before we started this interview, we had such a great conversation just about you as a group and what lies beyond the choir. I just wanted to ask, like, I know you mentioned that the choir is the glue to an MSU Gospel Choir, but what other layers do you guys have, and like what else lies beyond the choir? And yeah, like what other aspects bring you together is what I'm trying to say.
Well, we also do Bible studies on Thursdays, and then when we get into our concerts, we have praise dancers, we do mime, we can do, we have bring our band in. I think there's just a lot of different ways that people can connect.
So, and then I mentioned that like people have this idea that like, oh, this is only a choir, but like you guys are a family. So like what other ways do you guys connect?
Well, me and my tenors, we go hoop. So every like Wednesday we go hoop, we go play basketball. And sometimes like after practice we stay for hours just having conversations, getting to know each other. Like we were just talking about before the word intimacy. Like we try to build intimate connections and real connections that can actually stand the test of time.
Yes. And then we also do social events, like aside from just rehearsals, we'll do like study nights, study tables, or just like game nights, you know, just to build those connections.
Yeah, sometimes we like to go out to eat after rehearsal or just stay after rehearsal longer than we should be there. But you know,
Way longer.
it's great. It's always a great time to like connect and fellowship with every one of us, you know.
So you guys are friends and your family, and you bond in the way that any other group of kids in college might, but why is it gospel and this creation of music that's bringing you together?
Well, everything is based in faith, you know, so we're a gospel choir, and the music, of course, is gospel, but there's also, we're all trying to help each other on a journey. We're all going in the direction of trying to be more like Jesus, really. And so in our journey, we try to help each other whenever somebody falls, help each other up. Sometimes we may feel like a hypocrite. We may feel like this or that, but we're always there to remind each other that nobody's perfect. Nobody can be perfect.
Yeah.
But come as you are and try to get better. That's what we are all about.
And I also think we like hold each other accountable, like while we're in the setting of choir practice and outside, like when it comes to people going through trials and tribulations and like voicing that they're having hard things, we, like he said, like uplift each other and like, you know, hold each other accountable to the standard that we're supposed to be living by.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I also feel like when I first joined the choir, fall 23, I believe, I came in wanting to have a community that not only worshiped God and loved God, but also had that music that based us and it kind of rooted us, because I've been in church my whole life. I've been singing, so it's kind of a part of me, and I wanted to continue that in college without having to find something off of campus. More so, I wanted to find more connection on campus.
Yeah, and I think that the friendship we were talking about earlier is what allows us to do these things. Like, I think that having all of these, you know, like intimate or like moments that connect us allow us to come to one another and be like, hey, I noticed that you were in rehearsal but you were quiet. Or like, hey, I saw that you weren't at rehearsal, like what's going on? I think that allows us to like explore those connections more.
We learn each other's patterns. So it's like, oh, you was quiet today.
Right, like.
So.
Well, I'd love to hear about being on a college campus. Obviously, there's a culture that comes along with that. And it sounds like all of your goals as individuals maybe would have a hard time meshing with just what student life looks like to most of the people here. I'm curious about kind of finding your path and being a student and acknowledging that this is a time in your life when you're young and maybe you want to just like enjoy yourself and not take everything so seriously as like determining in what kind of person you are. You know, it's a time of experimentation. But of course, also you don't want to alienate yourself from your beliefs, but also your peers.
Yeah.
I think it's about a balance. I think that as a choir, we are like faith-based. So I think that's what drew me to the choir, because I am like a pastor's granddaughter, so I've been in the church my whole life. But I think that having a balance between like knowing that this is my faith, this is what I believe, but also knowing that I'm a person. So like I love to sing, but I also love to dance. I love to read. I'm in the James Madison College, so I love policy. And so I think understanding that we're not just one thing, and we have like a whole bunch of different interests. Like he plays chess. You know, like we all have different things that make us who we are. And so I think it not just coming to choir and like, ooh, like, you know, singing, but like coming to choir and like just being our own individual selves makes it go.
Yeah, especially because when I first joined the choir, I didn't like talking, so I would just sit there.
Literally.
People would be like, "Hi." Hello. But
It's not exaggerated either, is it?
I'm not. I'm so serious. But just by having conversations and realizing that people are trying to be real, they're trying to be honest, I was like, okay, I can bring down the guard, and then it also allowed me to do that exploration that you were talking about. It allowed me to be like, okay, so with this person I can be like this, with this person I can be like that, and it just allowed me to figure out, okay, I actually like being able to talk to people, being able to laugh with people. It's really fun, and so just having that experience and having that safe place is really awesome.
Yeah.
And I have a question about something we mentioned earlier before this conversation as well. So I know we talked about, the 90s and early 2000s, how a lot of the music, R&B especially, had a lot of gospel influences. But you said, especially, in the 20s now, we've kind of lost that with our generation, especially with Gen Z.
Yeah.
And even beyond that, I know you mentioned that, you feel as if some people think, it isn't as cool to incorporate these elements and sounds to their music, or just even being part of this community. What are your thoughts on that? And, what are some false interpretations that you wish you could,
Clear
share?
up, yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I could clear up that Christians don't have fun. I mean, we have a lot of fun. I feel like we are just fun people. So we like to go play games, but fun doesn't have to be going out and drinking. Fun can be whatever you make it. Fun can be game nights. We had a game night and we literally were playing Michael Jackson Experience. Just dancing, Thriller, Nintendo. We do things, and I think that we incorporate, because our faith is so incorporated in who we are, we just are. And I think that is the most important part, going back to the authenticity. I think that we've lost the aspect of being authentic in society too. So I think that if we could go back to that, or just start trying to live honestly as who you are, I think the world would just go round.
Yeah, and not to sound like an old grandma, music this these young people, but there is, I feel maybe more of an element of posturing. Not every single band, but contemporary music has a bit more of an emphasis on this is how great I am, and there's nothing wrong with feeling that way. But I think if a song incorporates questions and exploring doubts, there's just more to dive into.
It's more depth.
Yeah, I want to go back to what she said earlier, how people are kind of just trying to get that quick buck, or trying to, get famous off of the music instead of really trying to make a connection with the listeners that are hearing it. So religion and stuff was more meshed into, I guess, society back in the day versus now. It's a divided line. So it makes it kind of harder to seek out the music that you feel is on the same page, but isn't just hardcore choir, hardcore gospel.
Yeah.
So it's really weird, I think.
She was talking about it earlier, when the cameras were off. It's there's a loss of soul, a loss of direction almost. It is really weird. Everybody's trying to make the next hit, instead of expressing themselves through their music, and actually trying to, like she was saying, connect. I really ever since she said the word intimate, I've really been thinking about it. It's building a connection and intimacy between people. Because nowadays a lot of people are on their phone doing whatever, and so there's just that lack of connection that a lot of people had. And music used to be a place where you could bridge and have that connection. But now it seems as if everybody's listening to the same robotic voice or whatever. And so I just feel if they got back to the soul of things and tried to incorporate who they are and express it in a way that is connecting.
The bigger meaning. Yes.
Because it's kind of like the TikTok trends, like the TikTok music. You hear it so much, you only hear a certain part of it. So when the full song plays, you're like, oh, this is what this song is, or this is this song. I never knew what this was.
There are some audios where you go and listen to the full song and you're like, that's
horrible.
horrible.
It's so crazy how it's like now, like I feel like mainstream media and how this works is like they just want producers and all the people who work within the songs and the music and stuff. They just want you to just keep dropping this, drop music that will get you money, bring trends, and then keep doing this. And I feel like a lot of artists do not want that. They want to be able to express themselves, but there's no way that they can because they are tied to this contract, which allows the producers and all these other directors to tell them what they can and cannot do.
Yes.
Yeah, like there are some rappers like Kendrick Lamar. Like if you listen to his album, the latest album, or like Mr. Morale, it's connecting with you because he took time on that. Like he invested himself into the album, and I think that is what we've been missing. We're just getting like these 15-second clips or songs, but like if you notice, like most of his songs didn't get to TikTok because they were like serious songs or like songs that you would connect with on a personal level. And I think that aspect, that like intimate aspect of music or like the spiritual aspect of music is like what we've been missing.
Speaking of Kendrick Lamar, can any song be a gospel song? I mean, what elements about, gospel make it gospel?
I think that not every song can be a gospel song, but I think every song can push a message.
Yes.
And so I think that certain songs like may not say the word Jesus, but they are giving you like what Jesus would say. And so like there's a song, oh my gosh, I forgot what it's called, but it's by Aaron and Alan Kane, and it's not Christian, it's not gospel, but it's saying like, if I count all my blessings, like if I do all the things, and it's like, and it's basically like giving honor back to God, like I would have nothing without him type of thing. And so it's not classified as Christian, it's not gospel, but the message and the spirituality, the intimacy of the song is what changes it, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not the ambassador of gospel
Right,
music.
right.
I can't be like, if you sing like this.
Yeah.
But there is an element, like she was saying, it's the thankfulness, the spirituality aspect of like, wow, I could, if I was by myself, if I was alone, I wouldn't be here. Like that type of, and it's like saying you're not alone. You're always, there's always somebody that's there to protect you, that's there to comfort you, even when you're in your darkest valley, your lowest low. So,
I'm interested in talking about what someone who is not really exploring their faith right now, like that's just not a part of their life that they're interested in exploring, what can they find in gospel music? Like what is there for them in just appreciating or even partaking in a choir like this?
joy.
Yes.
Yeah,
Honesty.
that's a great word, yeah.
I think they can find honesty. Like I think that when you listen to gospel music, it's making you reflect back on like on your life and like what you've been through, what you've done, how you act. And so I think that plus joy is like a good combo. I don't know.
Go ahead.
I was going to say hope as well because a lot of the messages push for you to be better and do better and to always try again because tomorrow's always going to come. And tomorrow, even though it's never promised, but you always have that next day to do better or be a better person that you can be because that's what a lot of the messages push that. They want you to feel grateful, feel loved and feel, I don't know, what they just want they want you to invoke some type of emotion that could push you to be better.
Okay, that's kind of progress. I don't have like a key buzzword, but like listening to music or like coming in and being part of a choir, you can find that interpersonal relationship because a lot of people think that like being a Christian is like by the book, like religion, when in reality it's relationship. So there's a big difference in like what you should expect coming into certain environments and settings. When really, God just wants you to just talk to him and be one-on-one with him. It's not necessarily like, certain churches have like certain dress codes and like, yes, modesty is a thing, but there is no in the book way of what modesty is. So it's just kind of like, it's interpersonal rather than religion, if that makes sense.
Yeah, relationship over religion for sure.
Which I kind of want to pull on what you were talking about with this key theme of growth.
Yeah.
And that goes beyond just the words, but from my understanding, gospel also has played a role in innovating music. And sometimes, like a name that I've heard thrown out there is Pastor T.L. Barrett, who like found new styles and explored them and ended up introducing them into the mainstream and music that ended up not being gospel in the end. But innovation is also a part of the heritage of this music that maybe some people see as like really traditional.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to add about kind of the origins of gospel or what it brings to the table that maybe isn't given enough credit?
I think that because Christianity was so I don't know, enriched, so put into like black culture, I think that in black culture founded a lot of other genres like jazz, like rock, like country, like all these other genres. I think that because of the foundation of Christianity and gospel music, you'll see the different aspects throughout all the other genres. If that was the question.
Well, what are some of the biggest challenges that you guys have faced while being together as a choir?
I feel sometimes it's getting to know each other because it's kind of hard. You come to college and you want to meet new people, you want to find new people and branch out and explore your options of these different people because there's so many types of folks out here.
Yes.
But getting to build a community is kind of hard because you have a lot of personalities, a lot of big personalities, and wanting to mesh and try to figure out how you fit in between all of this I feel like that's the issue. But with us, we all kind of somehow slipped our way into the like, we just woven ourselves into each other. We kind of like tie into each other. So we all balance each other out. That's how I feel. Like somebody might be really big and boisterous, and somebody else might be a little more down to earth, a little more shy, laid back, but somehow they have a balance.
I mean, people have different senses of humor,
Yeah.
different ways of communication, and different tolerances for intimacy. Like some people don't like to be touched. I don't like being touched sometimes. That's just how it is.
I'm a big hugger. So two different people right there.
Exactly. So, but we're able to respect each other's boundaries and be like, okay, if this is how you want to relate, that's fine, and then be able to cohabitate and truly develop. Like you were saying, we continue to develop in different ways in every aspect as a family, and it's wonderful to see.
Yeah, I like that part. Like, a lot of us came into the choir as freshmen. Like, me and Layla, we're sophomores now, but we joined last year. And I think that we became close last year, but, like, I didn't even know who I was last year, you know? So I think I like the aspect of coming into this choir, finding your people, and then being able to grow with each other. I think while also growing your faith, growing, like, your major, like, in finding things that interest you along the way. I think that is also something that drew me to the choir and kept me here.
And then me being a senior, I just joined last semester, and like being in this group, I should have joined years ago. I am so mad at myself, and honestly, it's like a community, and I tell them I love them all the time. Like they're literally my family, and because we meet like twice a week sometimes. We used to meet 3 times if it was important. If we had something we wasn't getting it right, but yeah, how often we meet, it just makes it really feel like, okay, let me go see my family today, versus like I'm going to class. Like you don't have that. So.
It's that excitement factor. Like,
Yeah.
I get to see the people who I care about the most.
Right, because, like, at this age, I think we're past the point of, like, oh, family is family and, like, blood is blood. Like, no, like, at this point, family is chosen.
Yes.
And so I think that coming to college, you get to explore, you get to find your own people. And this choir has truly, like, allowed me to find my own family and, like, create that. So, very grateful.
And shape who I would want to be around in the future, too.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Well, to close off for the day, can you guys each just say one other element of yourself, one other like aspect of who you are, in addition to this, to kind of like paint a picture for us of all the different kinds of people that make up this choir, this family for you? Like one word.
One word? Yikes. I should go last.
I want to go last. Wait.
Okay, I'll go. I would say nerd. I'm wearing contacts now, everything, blah, 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 but I was a comic book guy, all of that, card games. That was all my life. That's all I did. Played chess, like she said, like that type of stuff. I, of course, played sports, whatever, but that's really who I am at my core. Like, I still keep up with the latest. Like, there's the Ultimate Universe restarted. They refreshed it in the comics. Awesome. I'm so excited.
Please.
I hope they continue the continuity, but that's who I feel I am at my core.
I would honestly, I don't know if I can stick to one word because my family all have been giving me 2 words: science and arts. I am very creative. I love to sing and I dance and do a lot of stuff musically. I sometimes draw. And then the science part, I love science. I love STEM. Everything minus chemistry and engineering and math. But I really love that area, so I can be able to bring the creativity into that science. Yeah.
I am I feel like policymaker. Like my major is social relations and policy, so I get to explore like how policies affect people, and like I ultimately want to become an attorney so I can help other people with that type of thing.
I would say excitable. I'm sure that they will all agree.
Yes.
Like, I'm kind of like a golden retriever sometimes. Like, I kind of just really loud out there and just bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. So, love people.
She said it, not me.
Yeah. So, yeah, I would say excitable.
Yeah. Once again, I'm Griffin.
I'm Liv.
And today we are here with the Gospel Choir. And thank you for everything.
Thank you.
Thank you.